everyone, Amber here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 3 of my Bambi's Birthday Bash series here on YouTube. This is a 7-day series leading up to my birthday with a new paper crafting video coming out every day until then. So if you missed the first 2 videos, I will leave those linked down below in the description box so that you can check them out. In today's video, I will be sharing with you guys how to create this super cute exploding pocket box. So this was inspired by an SVG file I saw, which I will leave linked down below, and I decided to figure out how to make it on my own, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So first you will need a piece of paper that measures 12 by 12 inches, and you are going to score it at 4 and 8 inches, rotate your paper 90 degrees, and score at 4 and 8 again. For the lid, you need a piece of paper that measures 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and you are just going to score that one on all 4 sides at 2 inches. So the scoring for this part is very basic and super easy and quick. So now I folded up on all of the score lines of my box base, and now I am just going to cut out the 4 outer corners. So I am using my scissors to do this. You can use a paper trimmer if you prefer. I am just trying to be extra careful to keep everything nice and even. So this is basically a base for an exploding box if you have made one of those before, but instead of extra pages inside, there are 4 pockets, which I think is super cute and fun and interactive. So be sure to save these scraps of paper. This is a lot of scrap paper and we don't want it to go to waste. So now that I have cut all 4 of my squares out, I am going to show you how all of these panels will fold up to create the box of our exploding box. And now for the lid, I am folding up on all of my score lines, and instead of cutting out those 4 outer squares in each corner, I'm just going to cut up on one side and then cut at a slight diagonal to create a tab. So I showed you there how I did that. Then I will rotate the paper once and repeat that process until all 4 of my squares have been made into tabs. So if you have followed my channel for a while, then this will definitely seem familiar. I make a lot of boxes on here, so you might already have some experience in making these if you've made some of my previous projects before. So now I am just using some 1/4 inch double-sided tape to adhere my lid together. So I just folded all of my tabs in, and then I'm adding adhesive to the back of them. And then I am going to remove the backing from all of my tape on all of my tabs all at once. So I just like to do this from the get-go because I think it makes it easier to assemble the lid as a whole. It's just quicker and you don't have to keep stopping to remove the backing of the tape. So I am just removing the backing. You can see it's a bit of a tedious process sometimes. And now to adhere this together, I am just gluing the tab to the inside of the panel that is next to it, and I'm doing that for all 4 of them. And then any bits that are uneven, I am just going to snip off so that the bottom of my lid looks nice and neat. And then I'm showing you here how this will just slip on to the box. And now it's time to work on the pockets. So for the pockets, you will need a piece of paper that measures 5 inches by 12 inches. I already have 3 of my pockets made and ready to go. So taking the paper for my 4th pocket, I am going to score it on the 5-inch side at 1 inches on both ends, and then on the 12-inch side, I'm scoring it at 4, 5, 9, and 10 inches. And then I am just going to fold up on all of my score lines. And then we're going to do a little bit of cutting. So on one end of your paper, you will notice that there is a small rectangle and a small square. We are just going to cut those off completely. This is going to be the lid of our pocket, so we don't need these extra bits there. So we are just going to cut those off. And then in the middle of your template, you will see that you have a small square on either side, and you are going to turn those into tabs by cutting up on these score lines and then cutting at a slight diagonal to get it to be that tab shape. And once we have that done, we're done cutting. I am showing you here that the part at the top is the lid and that bottom part will be the front of our pocket. So I have folded the panels that are right under the lid inwards as well as the tabs, and now I am applying some 1/4 inch double-sided tape to all of those bits and pieces that are folded over. And then we are going to remove the backing of the tape, of course, and then we are going to flip the tabs upward into the panel that has adhesive on it. And I'm just going to glue the tabs to the inside part of those. Then I will remove the backing of my tape on the outer panels. And then I'm just going to flip up that whole front piece all at once and adhere those panels to the other panels. And you can see how I did that in the video, and then just flip the lid down and you have your pocket and it's ready to go. So I am using a little foam square to hold my pockets closed. It's a great temporary adhesive. It's not too sticky to where it will tear the paper, but it holds it down in place until I can add a more permanent closure later on. So I'm just adding one of these little foam squares to all 4 of my pockets so that it's easier to assemble them and adhere them to the box itself. So when we add these pockets to the box, we want to make sure that we are adding them to the left edge of each panel. So just follow that pattern as you go. I'm showing you here where they will all be placed. So just make sure you do that. And now I have added some of my adhesive to the back of one of my pockets, and I'm just going to glue that to the left edge of my first panel. And I am lifting the panel up just a little bit, so that way I know that the bottom of my pocket is aligned with the bottom of my panel. And now I'm just going to adhere all of my other pockets into place. I am opening the pockets so that I can actually get in there and smooth all of the adhesive out. And I like to just turn my whole box, just rotate it and add the pockets that way so that I know they are always going to be on the left edge. And once that is done, all you have to do is just fold your box closed. So this might be tricky the first time you do it, just because the pockets have to kind of mold into the shape we want them to be in. So take your time and just fold those up and get it nice and even, and then add your lid to the top, and your exploding pocket box is ready to be decorated and embellished and sent off to a friend. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and decide to make a project like this, I would love to see. So feel free to tag me on Instagram at Bambi's Mail and use the hashtag Bambi's Birthday Bash so that I can see your project. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video for another fun tutorial. Take care and happy crafting. Bye.